The massive starship U.S. Starlight drifted silently through the dark expanse of space, its sleek titanium hull reflecting distant starlight. Captain Joe Park stood at the command center, his eyes fixed on the holographic display that mapped their exploratory route through an uncharted sector of the galaxy. The ship's crew consisted of 23 carefully selected professionals, each chosen for their unique skills and psychological compatibility. Hai Kim, the ship's primary navigator, monitored the quantum navigation systems with precise concentration. Her fingers moved swiftly across multiple holographic interfaces, tracking potential anomalies and plotting safe trajectories. Suddenly, a strange energy signature emerged on the long-range scanners. It wasn't like anything they had encountered before, a complex geometric pattern of energy that seemed to pulse with an intelligent rhythm. The sensors began to vibrate, creating a soft humming sound that resonated through the ship's metallic corridors. "Captain, we're detecting an unusual formation," Hai announced, her voice calm but tinged with curiosity. "It's not matching any known celestial or artificial structures in our database." J. Park leaned forward, his military training kicking in. Years of space exploration had taught him that unexpected signals could mean anything from a natural space phenomenon to a potential first contact scenario. The ship's computer began analyzing the energy signature. Complex algorithms compared the data against millions of recorded cosmic events, searching for any potential match. Within seconds, the results came back inconclusive, a rare occurrence that heightened the crew's collective tension. "Bring us to reduced speed," Jay commanded. "Full sensor sweep and prepare communication protocols." The U.S. Starlight gradually slowed its quantum drive, reducing velocity to allow for more precise scanning. The external cameras expanded their visual range, capturing the mysterious energy formation from multiple angles. What they saw defied immediate comprehension. The energy pattern wasn't just a random cosmic event. It seemed structured, almost intentional. Geometric lines of blue and silver light intersected and separated in complex mathematical sequences that suggested intelligent design. Wu Choi, the ship's communication specialist, began preparing standard first contact communication sequences. His hands moved rapidly across quantum communication panels, setting up multiple linguistic translation matrices that could potentially decode any incoming signals. The energy formation started to shift. Its previously static geometric patterns began to move, rotating and reforming with a precision that suggested something was actively controlling its movement. It was becoming increasingly clear that this was not a natural phenomenon. "Captain," Hai called out, "the formation is responding to our approach. It's adapting." Jay watched the holographic display, his experienced mind calculating potential scenarios. First contact protocols were strict. Approach with caution, demonstrate peaceful intentions, and avoid any actions that might be perceived as aggressive. The crew remained silent, each professional focused on their specific responsibilities. Years of training had prepared them for unexpected scenarios, but this was different. This felt like they were on the edge of something monumentally significant. As the U.S. Starlight inched closer, the energy formation began to take on a more defined shape. What had initially appeared as random geometric patterns was transforming into what seemed like the outline of a massive technological structure. Hints of metallic surfaces started to become visible through the energy fields. Complex architectural designs emerged, not organic or random, but deliberately constructed with a level of technological sophistication that suggested an advanced civilization. The tension on the bridge was palpable. Each crew member understood they might be moments away from humanity's first genuine encounter with an extraterrestrial civilization. Their breathing was measured, their movements precise. Captain J. Park remained calm, his years of space exploration and military training providing a steady presence. Whatever was about to happen, he was determined to represent humanity with dignity, courage, and an open mind. Little did they know, this encounter would become a moment that would redefine humanity's understanding of its place in the universe. The massive alien communication channel crackled to life, filling the U.S. Starlight's bridge with a deep, resonant sound that seemed to vibrate through the ship's metal walls. Captain J. Park watched as strange symbols began appearing on the primary communication screen, moving and shifting in complex patterns that defied immediate understanding. Wu Choi, the communication specialist, leaned forward with intense concentration. His fingers danced across quantum translation interfaces, attempting to break down the incoming signal into comprehensible language patterns. The alien communication was structured differently from anything humanity had ever encountered. Mathematical, precise, almost mechanical in its approach. "We are detecting primary communication attempt," Wu announced, his voice steady despite the historic moment. "Translation algorithms are struggling with the linguistic structure." The first clear message emerged, translated in blocky, somewhat awkward text on the main display. Unidentified vessel. State immediate purpose. Identify planetary origin and technological classification. Hai-Kin looked at Captain Park, a slight smile playing at the corner of her mouth. They both understood this was a critical moment. Humanity's first real interaction with an advanced alien civilization. Jay considered his response carefully. Years of diplomatic training had prepared him for potential first contact scenarios, but nothing could truly prepare someone for an actual alien communication. The standard protocol suggested a formal, measured response that would demonstrate humanity's peaceful intentions and technological capabilities. But something in the alien communication's rigid structure made Jai pause. "Wu," he said quietly, "run a comprehensive analysis of their communication pattern." The communication specialist's fingers moved quickly across the interfaces. Complex algorithmic patterns began to emerge. The alien communication was not just a language, but almost a mathematical equation of interaction. Every word, every symbol seemed calculated to maintain a specific form of hierarchical communication. "Sir," Wu reported, "their communication structure suggests a highly bureaucratic society. Each communication seems designed to maintain strict protocol and establish immediate hierarchical understanding." Jay understood immediately. These were not beings who would respond well to traditional diplomatic language. They required something different, something that would break their expected communication patterns. "Send this," Jay said, a hint of mischief in his voice. Wu looked surprised but began typing. "Hey there. We're just cruising around. Saw your cool ship. Thought we'd say hi. We're from Earth. Awesome planet. Lots of good coffee and interesting people." The bridge went silent. Every crew member looked at their captain, unsure whether he was serious. The alien communication channel remained silent for several long moments. The complex symbols on the screen seemed to freeze, as if the receiving system was processing the unexpected message. Then, suddenly, a response began to form. But something was different. The previously rigid mathematical symbols began to shift, almost uncertainly. "Clarification required," the response read. "Communication protocol does not match standard interstellar engagement parameters." Wu couldn't help but chuckle. "They're confused," he said. Captain Joe Park watched the screen, understanding they had just done something unprecedented. By completely breaking the expected communication protocol, they had introduced an element of unpredictability that the alien system wasn't designed to handle. The alien civilization had encountered countless species during their galactic expansion. They had developed communication systems that could translate thousands of languages, understand complex technological and cultural variations, but they had never encountered a species that would respond to a formal first contact request with casual, almost playful language. Hai-Kin whispered, "They don't know what to do with us." And she was right. Humanity had just introduced chaos into a system designed for absolute order. The alien communication system was experiencing something akin to a computational confusion, a scenario its designers had never anticipated. The U.S. Starlight continued to drift in space, waiting for the next communication. But something had fundamentally changed. This was no longer a standard first contact scenario. This was the beginning of something entirely unexpected. The alien diplomatic vessel responded with increasing complexity, each transmission becoming more elaborate and structured. Their communication systems were designed to categorize and analyze every possible interaction, but the human responses continued to defy their understanding. When asked about their military capabilities, the human communication team decided to play with the aliens' expectations. Hai Kim, with a perfectly straight face, transmitted a response that would become legendary in future diplomatic records. "We once survived a company team-building retreat," she typed. "Trust me, we can handle anything." The alien translation systems began to malfunction. Computational matrices designed to process millions of linguistic variations suddenly found themselves encountering something entirely new: human humor. Captain J. Park watched the communication unfold with a mixture of amusement and strategic calculation. Each response was carefully crafted to introduce maximum confusion while maintaining a veneer of professional communication. The alien diplomatic corps had never encountered a species that could so effortlessly break their communication protocols. Their massive communication centers, spread across multiple planetary systems, began dedicating entire computational resources to understanding these bizarre human communicators. Reports started circulating through the alien bureaucratic network. Words like unpredictable and illogical began to appear in official documentation about humanity. But there was something else beneath those words, a growing sense of confusion and unexpected respect. Wu Choi discovered that the more formally the aliens tried to communicate, the more creatively the humans could respond. It became a game of linguistic chess, where human wit was the ultimate unexpected weapon. One particularly memorable exchange occurred when the alien leadership requested a detailed breakdown of human technological capabilities. Instead of providing a standard technical report, the human communication team sent a series of memes, internet jokes, and references to popular Earth movies. The alien communication systems literally crashed multiple times, unable to process the sheer randomness of human cultural expression. Their military analysts were equally perplexed. Detailed requests about human weapon systems were met with descriptions of office chair races, bizarre cooking competitions, and stories about how humans could turn almost anything into a competition. "We once had a global competition to see who could build the most ridiculous contraption," Hai transmitted. "We take competition very seriously." The alien military strategists found themselves studying human behavior like complex mathematical problems. How could a species be so simultaneously serious and completely absurd? Captain J understood they were achieving something unprecedented. Without firing a single weapon, humanity was demonstrating its most powerful capability: the ability to be completely unpredictable. The alien diplomatic networks began to fragment. Some departments viewed humans as a potential threat, while others saw them as a fascinating new form of intelligent life that defied all previous classification models. Computational systems designed to analyze communication patterns began to develop what could only be described as a digital equivalent of a headache. Human communication was breaking fundamental rules of expected interspecies interaction. Reports began circulating through alien bureaucratic channels. Phrases like extreme communication volatility and non-standard interaction protocols became common. But underneath the official language, there was a growing sense of something else: a bizarre form of respect. "They are not breaking rules," one senior analyst concluded after months of research. "They are revealing that our rules were too limited." The U.S. Starlight had become more than just a spaceship. It was now a symbol of humanity's unique approach to interstellar communication: unpredictable, creative, and fundamentally uncontainable. As diplomatic discussions continued, the aliens were slowly realizing something profound. Humanity wasn't just another species to be categorized and understood. They were a force of communication that could transform entire societal understanding. Captain J. Park watched the unfolding scenario with a mixture of professional pride and quiet amusement. They had entered this encounter as explorers and were emerging as something entirely different: unexpected ambassadors of human creativity. The universe was about to change, one unexpected transmission at a time. The final diplomatic transmission arrived unexpectedly, filling the U.S. Starlight's communication screens with a message that would redefine interstellar relationships forever. Your species is either incredibly brilliant or completely insane. We are not sure which. Welcome to the galactic community. Captain J. Park couldn't help but laugh. What had begun as a routine exploration mission had transformed into the most unusual first contact in human history. The Alien Galactic Council had spent months analyzing human communication patterns. Their extensive research revealed something extraordinary. Humanity's ability to adapt, communicate, and find humor in complex situations was a unique form of intelligence. Entire alien research departments had been established to study human behavior. They discovered that humans possessed a remarkable ability to turn potential conflicts into opportunities for connection. Their communication wasn't just a language. It was a complex social technology. Wu Choi, the communication specialist who had been at the center of these interactions, became an unexpected diplomatic hero. His ability to break through rigid communication protocols had essentially rewritten the rules of interstellar diplomacy. The alliance took a form nobody expected. Instead of traditional military or technological exchanges, the aliens were more interested in understanding human cultural dynamics. They wanted to learn about human creativity, humor, and adaptability. Research teams began exchanging cultural materials. Humans shared movies, comedy shows, and internet memes. The aliens shared their own complex cultural archives, creating the first truly cross-species cultural exchange program. Scientific collaborations emerged in unexpected areas. Human problem-solving approaches, which often involved creative thinking and unconventional solutions, fascinated the alien scientific community. They recognized that human unpredictability was actually a sophisticated form of intelligence. The U.S. Starlight became a symbol of this new relationship. What had started as a potential conflict had transformed into a partnership based on mutual respect and curiosity. During the official welcome ceremony, the alien Grand Diplomat made a statement that would become famous throughout the galaxy. Humanity does not follow rules. Humanity creates new rules. Captain J. Park understood they had achieved something remarkable. Without using traditional diplomatic strategies or military force, they had introduced an entirely new approach to interstellar communication. The alliance brought unexpected benefits. Human creativity began influencing alien technological development. Alien systematic approaches started incorporating more flexible, creative problem-solving methods. Communication protocols were completely redesigned. The rigid, mathematical communication systems of the alien civilization were gradually transformed to accommodate more nuanced, contextual interactions. Research showed that human humor, adaptability, and emotional intelligence were actually advanced survival strategies. The aliens realized that what they had initially perceived as chaos was actually a sophisticated form of collective intelligence. Economic and scientific exchanges began to flourish. Human entrepreneurs, artists, and scientists found themselves collaborating on projects that would have been unimaginable just months earlier. The U.S. Starlight crew became legendary. Their unexpected approach to first contact had not just prevented a potential conflict, but had opened up entirely new possibilities for interspecies cooperation. Captain J. Park reflected on their journey. They had entered space as explorers, uncertain of what they might encounter. They were returning as pioneers of a new kind of interstellar relationship. The final transmission from the alien leadership captured the essence of this new alliance. We do not fully understand you, and that is precisely why we want to know more. Humanity had done something unprecedented. They had transformed a potential first contact conflict into a celebration of diversity, creativity, and unexpected connection. As the U.S. Starlight prepared to return to Earth, the crew knew they had changed everything. They had proven that the most powerful diplomatic tool wasn't advanced weapons or complex communication systems. It was the ability to laugh, to adapt, and to see the extraordinary in the seemingly ordinary. the galaxy would never be the same again.